So wisdom is not what I'm giving you this morning, but commitment and passion, yes. I won't go into all the statistics of what we experience in Kenya or in Kisumu in terms of cancer, because the people in the room are already sold. It would be like singing to the choir. So thank you all for being here today. This is such an important occasion. Actually, when I was told that the Cancer Registry would be launched in Kisumu, it was music to my ears. I have been waiting for this. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Daktaris, all of you, for bringing this to Kisumu. But I'm not satisfied with the fact that this has come to Kisumu, because I want it to cover Kenya. I want it everywhere. When I go to Meru, and I know that there's a ward at Kenyatta dedicated to people from Meru, I want to know why. Why are Meru people having such high incidences of cancer? We don't have answers to those questions. We need to carry out the research. We need the data. And we needed it 10 years ago, not today. So, although this is a major achievement, and it's just a start, you're nowhere near done. Dr. Kirago, you need to put pressure on them, because cancer is ravaging our people, making people poor. And trust me, as a caregiver, I have personal experience about the emotional burden of caring for someone with cancer when they're going through their treatment. Even afterwards, there's always the constant worry. You never know. And it's like this insidious thing that is just lurking somewhere, waiting to attack you. And so it's a burden. Emotional, financial, it's a burden on families, it's a burden on communities, it's a burden on our nation. So we really, really, really have to run with it. So I don't know, you say you need to register to launch 11 within the next financial year. Well, we have 11 months in a year. 3 have gone, or 2. So can we just say that by the end of this year, all of them will be in place? Why do we have to wait a whole financial year? Should be a priority. Let's get on with it. And then I'm really shocked to hear that there was a registry in 2010 in Kisumu. What happened? By that time, we already needed it. It's 10 years. What really happened? What do you mean there was no buy-in? What does that mean? People are dying. What do you mean about buy-in? I really need to get answers to that. But I'm pleased to inform you that Kisumu County Government is in the process of establishing a comprehensive cancer center, as Professor Atiang has shared with you. We're taking this scourge seriously. And we are taking it from a personal perspective. So there's no beating about the bush about it. And when we set up Africa Cancer Foundation in 2011, it was because our personal experience showed us that if at our level, and we consider ourselves fairly educated, fairly exposed, fairly knowledgeable. At that time, Governor Nyong'O was the Minister of Medical Services. We found that we were so ignorant about cancer, what causes it, how to prevent it if possible, what to do when you have it. We found we were ignorant. And so we said, if at our level we were that ignorant, what about the ordinary mwananchi? What's happening? And that's why we set up the Africa Cancer Foundation, to really create awareness about it, so that even as the government is setting up institutions and hospitals and equipment and training doctors and so on, if the people themselves have no idea that some of their lifestyle habits are causing or predisposing them to cancer, it's a lost battle. So we decided that we have to start from the grassroots, let people know, let cancer be a breakfast conversation. What are you eating for breakfast? Talk about it. You think that you have now arrived, you can eat all the bacon and sausages that you missed while you were growing up. And you think that if you eat nyama and you don't eat any vegetables, you're doing very well. It's a breakfast conversation, it's a lunch conversation, it's a dinner conversation. We want cancer to be an everyday conversation, so that you think about what you're eating, what you're doing with yourself. If you're smoking, drinking your head off, you have to ask yourself questions about those habits. Also, just enjoying your ride from your house to your office and back again, and not physically active at all, and you feel that you're comfortable. Those are danger signals. So we set this up so that we can talk about cancer openly. Talk about it with our parents, talk about it with our siblings. And if we find that there was an uncle or an aunt or someone who had died previously of what seemed to have been cancer, because for a while we didn't even know what was cancer and what was not, you need to ask yourselves, do I need a checkup? And then we also wanted to encourage everyone to go for regular checkups, so that you know what's going on in your body. So often we have no idea, and then the cancers are diagnosed too late. And so we wanted to reverse that and ensure that even if you are indeed found to have some cancer, it is at least in stage 1 or 2, when something can be done about it, and done effectively, and also cost effectively. So we then set up screening services around the country. We've now been into 22 counties and screened over 25,000 people. And so we thank God for that, because in some places where we've gone once or twice, we find that some people we screened the previous year are coming back. And that's a good sign. And we'd like people to, just get into the habit of going for this screening every year. You can even make it your birthday gift to yourself. And that applies to all the medical practitioners, because you're actually the worst. I know that. You're the people who fear. You fear knowing the most because you know what it means. But, some people, when we go for screening, they say, I'd rather not know, because what I don't know won't harm me. The sad thing about cancer is that it will not kill you overnight. So it will be slow and very painful towards the end. So why wait for that rather than address it while it is still possible to do something about it? And then things like cervical cancer, which is very common in Kisumu County because of its relationship to HIV. Cervical cancer can be prevented and completely eliminated from our country and from the world. And that happens with screening. So we want to encourage people to go for screening so that whatever it is can be dealt with in good time. And that way we'll get healthy populations. So today we're here to launch the Cancer Registry and Surveillance Program. And thank you, Dr. Kirago, for making it, for underlying that section, section 21. Yeah, thank you for underlining that, because we've also always wondered when we do the screening, we gather those figures, but we don't know how to share them. We don't know how to share them with you. So you need to tell us exactly what that means. How do we take our responsibility and get the data back to you? We're really pleased to collaborate with KEMRI. Anne, I've known Anne for more than a decade. And she's really been very, very, very committed to this work. Congratulations and well done. And also to collaborate with the National Cancer Institute. And again, thank you, Dr. Kiragu. Yes, we have been in this struggle for a while, and at least we are beginning to see the fruits of our labor. The Cancer Registry is an essential tool in providing information on cancer that can be used for cancer control and epidemiological research, public health program planning, and patient care improvement. Ultimately, all of these activities would help to reduce the burden of cancer in our communities. Through the Cancer Registry, we will strengthen our research capacity. This is really important. As I said, we need to know why there are clusters of Burkitt's lymphoma, or why there are clusters, there's villages in Meru where everybody has had somebody die of cancer. We need to carry out this research. The data may also point to environmental risk factors, among other factors. Here in Kisumu, you've seen reports about our fish, which we love very much, our lakes being polluted, the lake being polluted, the rivers. And you know that 2 days ago, the governor was leading an environmental exercise to clean River Kisat. So we do hope and pray that these measures will go a long way to eradicate some of the environmental factors that may be predisposing us to various cancers like cancer of the esophagus. We don't know at this point. Without research, we don't know. But if things go hand in hand, we don't have to wait to clean or to do the research. We need to do everything at the same time. So it involves all the sectors. And we need to just work hand in hand to make our environments more healthy and encourage our people to live better lifestyles. With all this, then we will be able to take preventive measures to reduce the number of cancer cases and resulting deaths. So without much further ado, I take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the launch of this cancer registry in Kisumu. God bless you.
So ladies and gentlemen,